So here we are on Logan Street, and Lou and I have lived here for 17 years. We're just a few blocks from what used to be the original Calvin College location. And when Lou was hired for a 2-year position in 2004, Clarke knew one thing for certain. We were gonna live in an apartment, we were gonna be here for 2 years and then move on. And here we are. We were in one house, the white house that's in the background, for 14 years. And then we did the funny thing and bought this house and moved into this house. And I just want to tell the story of God giving just us such a love for a block, for a neighborhood, and the way we've just sort of learned to sing a new song through this last year and a half. Many of you know that Campbells lived in this house when they came for the summer. And then, of course, they had participated in the block parties and the birthday celebrations, and they were on a block with a lot of different kids and had a lot of fun. When COVID hit, it was all baffling for us in so many ways. How do we stay connected? Because we used to gather, we would have chili cook-offs, we've had miniature golf, make a miniature golf hole in your backyard, do those kind of putt-putt things. We've had carol sings, all kinds of things. How are we gonna stay connected with our neighbors? Some of whom were brand new, they had just moved into the neighborhood, and then we wanted to have protocols in place, and there are some medically fragile kids on the block, as well as some elderly residents. So the idea started of having these gatherings. It started with a dance party. We're fortunate to be on a block where many of us have these great front porches. So imagine sound getting going. You could all put in maybe your favorite 70s, 80s, or recent, even like Baby Shark tunes, and people would be on their front porch dancing, and then we'd spill out into the street. And then it became charades, where different families would run and perform charades in front of your house, and you'd be guessing. It was all very silly and very ridiculous. Bingo times. And then through it all, I was just realizing, I just want kids to be able to come out of their house and have a fun place to go. And so I think I quickly asked Lou, like, hey, is it okay if I put a little garden in front here? But I set up what's been called now kind of the fairy garden, and it's really grown and expanded. And on some summer nights, literally people would be safely in masks sitting out here and just playing. And people have brought different toys, and now musical instruments are coming. And it's really just been a place for safely, kids would come and they'd play, and then just about every night I would be spraying it down, maybe Lysoling everything. But kids would play with Legos, or they would set up the different building blocks. We had marble rollers, all kinds of things. And like I said, people would bring their toys. But it was really amazing to have people come from different blocks and walk by and just kind of say, what's happening here? And I just think of it as, we got to sing a new song. We got to find a new way to celebrate living together, celebrate being on a block that the history of this block is one where for a time period after Lou and I moved in, there were 7 empty houses on this block. It was kind of a scary place. We had gunfire hit 3 of the houses, and now we have just rooted, and we've seen the way the Lord has just brought flourishing. So I stay silly. I'm frequently thinking of how can we bring out things that are just goofy and silly and we can play. And I do have a new prized possession. This is a very, very special piece of artwork, and this was given to me by Walter, and Walter lives across the street. And after he came over, he's been very safe in his mask, and he was playing at the fairy garden, doing all kinds of things. He went inside this house, and his parents watched him do a drawing, and then they said, what is this? What is this, Walter? And he said, this is Clarke's brain. So if you were wondering what's happening in here, this is it. This is it. This is Clarke's brain. So I guess stay creative, stay wacky, stay silly, and definitely sing a new song. Connect with people. It's incredible.